All my thoughts for the past 3 years was like, how can I start making money online?
Well, it's hard not to get cocky when you're a 22-year-old making the kind of money you're making.
I was broke, boiling water, drinking tea because I couldn't buy water and I didn't want to ask my parents for money. I paid you 3/4 of my bank account at that time to get started.
The alternate path is the info space, coaching, courses, mentorships. As these companies start up and they get influence, more people are making content than ever. They need closers.
Get a job, save up a couple of grand, find a mentor you resonate with, pay them your whole bank account and start learning.
So what is your name and how much did you make in commissions last month?
So my name is Jan and I made 16.57K last month.
Now you're probably wondering, Orlando, the title says $20,600, but Jan just said a different number. Now the reason for that is this podcast was actually recorded a month before he hit that. So nice little update just to keep in mind.
Sweet. And we're here in Slovenia, if you guys can't tell, but we came here just to see Jan. I don't have any other Slovenian students. But yeah, I wanted to come.
Maybe that will change now,
Yeah, this might attract a lot more. But I want to just take people through like the full journey, right? Because you invited us to dinner last night. We obviously met at the airport and we spoke a bit. But like people see the 16.5K, but there was a lot that led to that, right? A lot of build up, even outside of sales. Yeah. So take me right back, like before sales, you're 22 years old now, you get out of school. What's kind of the roadmap from there? Like where does Jan start in terms of making money online?
Yeah. Well, I started even before I finished high school. Like I kind of wanted to do a couple of different things, try the forex trading, try the drop shipping, all of that didn't really work out. Probably just also I just didn't really put in enough work, didn't have the right guidance then. But when I finished high school, I went to Barcelona to kind of start studying, although my plan was always to try to kind of make money online. So it happened like everyone. I was 18, 19, I saw the Iman Gadji video and I was like, I'm gonna start an agency. So what I started doing is because I couldn't comprehend, like I can't reach out to like US businesses or UK businesses. I was like, okay, I'm in Spain. I'm going to reach out to Spanish real estate agencies. So I started making cold calls with my like Slovenian phone number, speaking English to real estate agencies in Spain. And I think I did like 250 dials and I got the first client pay like maybe 250 euros for the first job. Of course, results were not good, but that's how I started in the kind of agency space. And then for the next essentially year and a half, 2 years, I kind of tried to make it work with different niches, different offers, like some success here and there.
Yeah.
And then it kind of all finally came crashing down because I went to Bali, literally booked the ticket with like 500 and then I had 500 left in my account when I got there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make this agency thing work. And yeah, was not even in Bali, was not going well. I was like scraping by, like literally with pennies in my account at some point. And I finally managed to get like my first, let's say, high ticket-ish client who paid me 1.5K. But results were just not clicking. And when I got back to Bali, they requested a chargeback. I didn't even tell you this when we were talking, but they requested a chargeback. And I charged him from my mom's PayPal account. So my mom suddenly had a negative 1.5K balance in her PayPal account, and I didn't have the money to cover it.
Yeah.
So then after I got back, I kind of realized, okay, maybe I'm just not, cut out for this. So I think I can do sales a bit better than just like try to do everything, service delivery, sales, etc. So I was following a guy who I followed when I lived in Bali, and he just posted a story like, I need somebody to be a closer. I applied, I guess BS'd my way through the 4 interviews because it wasn't that good at the time.
What do you mean you BS'd your way?
Well, like I think they thought I was like better than I was, or that I had like more experience than I actually had.
Yeah.
So I still had to do a role play call with the owner. So, it was not nothing. I like still had to prove myself. And it was 3 interviews with an initial recruiter and then was with the owner of the company. So then I got taken along with another guy there, and I started off with like a 1.5K base and then just selling retainers. Actually did 3K my first month, which was the biggest month at that company.
Yeah.
And then I just stayed there for the next like 6-7 months. But the issue was I was having like really, really low like call bookings, so low volume, like
Okay.
maybe 2 calls per week, something like that.
Yeah.
So I was really just stuck there, like 1.5 to 3K
And
max.
so what month was this in? Like when you
This
started that
was
sales role?
November, October, November last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much a year ago from today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly.
So you do that role for a few months.
Yeah.
How long were you on there for?
Yeah, it was 6 months essentially.
Yeah.
I was still doing it even when I joined the cult.
Yeah.
Because before I joined that role, I wanted to jump into club closer.
Mm-hmm.
Already paid the deposit there, but then the owner told me, like, yeah, we're gonna have in-house training, so don't go with them. So yeah, I got my deposit back. Didn't go with club closer. So yeah, was just kind of there trying to make it work, but the call volume was just not enough to improve at all.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
so this is around like May-ish last year. Oh, sorry, this year.
Yeah, this is like when I kind of started to realize I need to get some guidance.
Yeah.
And find that new offer potentially if I want to get better at this and get
And-
to what I was aiming for.
And so how did you find me? Because like you're in Slovenia.
Yeah.
How do you find this random Aussie?
I saw a reaction to Shelby video when she was like doing one of the objection handlings in the car, and then you just kind of put your clip in saying, yeah, like it's okay, but this is how I would do it. So just started watching the content, and it just resonated with me the way you were kind of selling the chill closer,
Yeah. Yeah.
as you say now. So yeah, I booked the call.
Yeah.
And I even think we were kind of messaging, and I told you, like, if we're hopping on the call today, like, I won't be able to invest yet. I'm getting
Yeah.
paid that day. Then we rescheduled the call, I think, to the day I kind of told you. And yeah, we hopped on the call. I think it was one of the easiest calls of your life. I don't know if you can tell.
It was a bit of it was a laydown,
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly.
I remember that call because I was in Nashville for SalesCon, and you and Majd both joined that same day. And I think you were before Majd. Majd was slightly harder, but you were before Majd. And yeah, I remember you mentioning what you had with the offer and Club Closer and all that, and you mentioning Shelby because you and him both found me through that Shelby video.
Oh, really?
And that was the first time I was like, oh, damn, maybe I need to react to Shelby more because like that's how people are finding me. But that's interesting. So what did you see in my content that you're like, okay, I actually want to learn from this guy? Like you mentioned like chill closer. Like what did you watch? Was it my YouTube? Was it my Instagram? Like what did you look at?
I can't even remember exactly what it was, but I definitely like binge watched the Instagram Reels. And I think I also watched one of like call recordings on YouTube. And it was one specifically that you had with this like girl who was from the UK, was like in Australia, just sleeping with the family, like helping with their kids. And she wanted to start a fitness coaching business. And on that call, I was just mind blown like by how she came into the call with like a complete scarcity mindset around money, around success, about what she can achieve. You reframed her, and then like you got her to take a bet on herself, which you can see from like how she has been raised and how she has been operating was like the farthest thing that she would do when she got to the call in the first place. So that was pretty cool. And also, I think I told you this on the call as well. The other ones I was kind of seeing is, of course, Club Closer, which was the one I was originally like wanting to join. And I just felt like you have a smaller community, and I feel like it would be a bit more personalized, not like a machine, but I felt like, I could get a bit more support than in like a bigger established community at that point.
Yeah, definitely. And then so when you came in, like what were you initially looking to get out of it? Was it like skills, offer? Was there anything else?
So at that time I was still thinking, okay, I can probably make more out of this offer that I'm on right now if I, get better. So I wanted to, just learn the skills. And I just felt like I really didn't have any proper structure in the call. And I never had like proper sales training. The training we got in-house was with like this Portuguese like sales agency, but they were Portuguese, like they were just friends of the owner. So it was not really that good. So I never really had proper like sales training. So yeah, I just wanted to get the skills, and then obviously if I find a better offer, I would take that. But the skill was mainly the thing that I wanted to improve on.
Yeah. So to kind of summarize the timeline, you go 2 years running an agency.
Yeah.
Or before.
Yeah.
Not making that much.
Yeah.
Then you get into sales around like October last year.
Yeah,
Do that for around 6 months. Best month was 3K.
3K was the first month, yeah.
Yeah. And then like what, 2K-ish on average?
Yeah, I had the base, so it's 1.5K base,
Yeah.
and then was 1.5 to, let's say, 2 on average,
Yeah.
or up to 2.5, yeah.
And then May jumping closes Colt. Then what did the first few months look like? Because that's May. We're in October now, so
Yeah.
5-6 months later. What did the first few months look like?
Yeah, I just consumed the knowledge initially, started hopping on the calls. But like one thing I never had issue with, I didn't like limit myself in terms of, I don't think I'm good enough for this offer. Oh, they say they need somebody with this much experience. I wasn't like, oh, they're not gonna take me because of that. And we had the job board in there, and one thing I saw was this offer with an OT of like 20 to 25K, and I saw it was email marketing. So one thing that clicked for me is like there is not a ton of closers with good email marketing experience, and by that point I have gotten really proficient on like email marketing deliverability just from the offer I was working on, because I was also really trying to apply myself in the service delivery part and helping clients out. So I was like, yeah, if there's an offer that I'm gonna get, it's going to be this one. So I applied for that role. I think it was literally like a couple weeks into being in the Colt.
Yeah.
And yeah, from there I've just been working on this offer specifically.
Because you
And-
didn't
and
apply
that's
to
it.
any other roles.
No, that was the only one I applied to. Yeah.
You just like had tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You just knew you were going to get it.
Which is not what I would recommend, because like you can get burned, and this was not an established offer. It was
Yeah.
literally just one closer who was not doing that great on it. So
Yeah.
I didn't really like realize I can probably vet offers a bit better. Although I might have like not gotten with this role at that point if that's how I felt. So you know, maybe a bit of luck with picking the right role. But
I think there's something to it though. Like if you just truly believe you're going to get this role, like it's a bit
Yeah.
woo-woo, but I think there's something to it where you just had tunnel vision. You knew you were going to get it and you just
Yeah.
made it happen.
And I even forgot, because I did also work with Jordan Platten on his offer for a bit with
Yeah.
Elite Agency. I also got that interview when I applied for it, and he put it on his story on Instagram. So he probably had like, you know, hundreds of closers apply. I got that one, but I just sucked. So,
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. And I think that was where the switch came after I got like let go of the probation period for that offer. I was like, yeah, I'm not good. I need to get guidance.
I think
yeah.
I remember you mentioning that actually.
Yeah.
Now it
Yeah.
rings a
I
bell.
forgot that, but that I think was the switch that flipped there.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the offer I applied for the one I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
I'm getting that one, yeah, for sure.
It's funny because the manager, George, like looking back, I didn't know it at the time, but
Yeah.
we met each other in Miami straight after Nashville. And I didn't know until you actually, I think, got the interview, or I think you got the role. Okay, so you get on this new email marketing offer. What's the first few months of income like there? Because I think a lot of people, they think, oh, cool, as soon as I land an offer, then I'll start making money.
Yeah.
But even on this offer, right, as great of an offer it is, there was a ramp-up period.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
when I came in, because it's also a pretty technical offer, it's not like a fitness thing. Like you actually need to know your way around email marketing, and then it's also a lot of different clients coming in. So it's some people who want to book more calls, some people with webinars, e-commerce brands. They're speaking with somebody different the whole time, and also like much different in terms of actual business success. So you have to learn a lot about deliverability, email marketing in general, and about different clients. So it was a bit of a like ramp up period. I think like 2 to 3 weeks was the onboarding with George, like just doing the daily role plays and going through the script and making sure I'm nailed down. And then we did like a final probation role play, which he passed me on, and then I could start taking calls. The beginning also, the call volume was not that good, and was just kind of getting used to it. So month 1, I think I closed for like 3 weeks total, and I ended up at like 2.8K commissions, and I think they paid me 3K, like just as a as a bonus.
Thanks for your
So,
service.
it was not the
so you in your first month, you matched the best month prior.
that I had prior. Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
I got 3K, and that was in July.
Yeah.
That was in July. Then August, it started picking up. And then with this offer, the great thing is I'm also getting kind of rebills and, like split pays. So I'm starting the months like at a good point.
Yeah, so just to give some context for people that might not understand, like rebills, it's like maybe they started with a payment plan or they did a deposit.
Or if they're paying like retainers, right?
Yeah.
If they're paying retainers. Or if they did like a deposit for a trial and then they're paying the remaining on the second month.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of like things going through. So it rolled through the next month. I think I started at about like 3K.
Yeah.
Just from those things. And then I finished the month off at 8.2 2K.
Yeah.
So probably close like maybe 60K in cash collected.
New deals.
In new deals, yeah. And then move on to September. I was starting at like 4K with the rebuilds, and the goal we set with the manager was like, okay, let's do 100K in new collected. And the great thing with this offer is if I get to 100K in new revenue collected, the commissions for me go up to 12.5%. So it was really a big incentive to get there. And I literally got there a day before the end of the month. So I did 102.7K in new revenue collected plus the rebills. Ended the month at 16.5K for September. So
That's sick.
I smashed through the 10K, the 10K goal, yeah.
Yeah, because I said to you, look, hit 10K, I'll come to Slovenia because I was in Europe. And
Yeah, I thought I was going to do it even in August, then it didn't end up going through, but yeah.
That's sick. And so there's so many things I want to touch on, but what does an average day look like for you to make that sort of money? What's an average day? Is it 2 hours a day taking calls like some people say, or are you working like full 10-hour days? Like, what's an average day in the life?
I'd say I'm really in the middle now. So like I start work at like 2 p.m. is usually when the calls start, and then it's varying because now we're like still figuring out our ads. So some weeks I have like more volume, some weeks I have less volume, but generally I start calls like anywhere from 2 to 4 p.m. for me. So in the morning is literally just like me doing my workouts, training, etc. And I need to start becoming more dialed with actually like doing sales work outside of the calls, because I can improve much more if I'm doing more call reviews, doing more role plays, which I'm slacking off too much now. So if I add those couple hours there, and then let's say I have an average of like 4 calls per day plus a team call, so that would be like 5-6 hours a day for me.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is the regular. I feel like I have it pretty easy.
Yeah.
In terms of like work hours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I put in more work, I can definitely improve faster and get much more. But it's about doing the work outside of the calls.
But that's the cool thing
Alone.
about it. The better you get and the more work you put in, you actually get rewarded for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas so many people that I talk to, like they're in jobs where even if they smash out of the park,
Doesn't matter.
they're capped.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a bonus at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they're told when they can pee and when they can eat lunch.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're doing it from your home in like Croatia or Slovenia, like with your girlfriend there, and you're just chilling, having your coffee.
In my sweatpants, but the nice shirt on top.
Yeah, I saw yesterday. We were at dinner and Jan goes to take a call. He's got this casual shirt on. Quickly swap the shirt. Polo.
Polo.
Yeah.
On the call, yeah.
And so like, it's kind of a cliche question, but how has your life actually changed since getting into sales compared to the agency or even before?
For me, like it's so new now. And I also like, I get paid on like the 15th, right? So for example, it's 16.5K in September. I'm going to get paid on the 15th, right?
Yeah.
So the big money hasn't hit my account yet. But for me, the biggest thing was because I was like literally all my thoughts for the past 3 years was like, how can I start making money online? It's like, how can I start making something? And I was just broke. I was so stressful the whole time, like just broke. And then also just little things, like I was trying to make it work. And then just like little comments from family, like not even coming from a bad place, but like, you're a businessman now, like you can afford it, right? Stuff like that. Obviously doesn't feel that good. So for me, the biggest thing is just like a huge weight off my shoulders. Like it's finally starting to click, and I can just do whatever I want essentially.
Yeah.
Even like this, for the last month I got paid the 8.2K or something. Even invested with another kind of one-on-one coaching offer. I've been just buying whatever I want. I haven't even spent like half of what I made last month, right? So it's just a huge weight off my shoulders, like really sense of freedom.
Yeah.
And just like I guess my confidence, has gone up as well. My energy has gone up as well.
Because I feel like I had a feeling last night. You tell me if I'm wrong, but when I was getting started with like online money and sales and all that, for me, one of the things I was really afraid of was my family's judgment. Yeah. And also my friends too. Or at McDonald's, like when I was working at McDonald's and I'd start posting on Instagram, people would say the exact same thing. Oh, Mr. Big Businessman. Oh, Mr. Influencer. And like it may even just come from, oh, they're just teasing, it's just a joke. But when you're like starting out and you haven't built the proof, it kind of hurts. It's like a little jab to the heart.
Yeah.
And so what did your family think when you first like got into the online money instead of maybe the traditional path like uni or something like that?
So my parents always been super supportive, but it was always a big strain because my mom wanted me to finish uni and I was studying abroad. So she spent a ton of money for me to study abroad in a private school and live there as well. And was something I never ended up finishing. So especially now until I started actually like making this work, it was like 3 years of her feeling like I'm wasting potential.
Yeah.
And for me, it hurt even more because I always realized like I just wasn't working hard enough. And that is why the agency was not working and, everything I tried to do was not working just because I was not putting in enough work and I was distracted. So I think when those things hurt the most is because you realize they're actually kind of right about what they were saying. But they still have been supportive like the whole way. Like she's confident I can make this work, but my mom specifically, my dad is like a bit more neutral about everything and like he realizes I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But it was more like the fact that she still would, in her ideal world, she would still like me to finish university right now.
Yeah.
Not even because she like thinks I'm gonna fail and then I'm gonna need university. It's just more about a fact of like, I want you to finish what you started and I paid a lot of money for you to get started in uni. So that's kind of more the thing there, but they have still been supportive the whole way. Like they believe in me in terms of that. So
and it's just what they're used to, right? Like my grandma was the exact same when I dropped out. Her world crumbled because in her mind, like I'm the oldest of three, and she was kind of hoping that I would go to uni, get the job, kind of lead the way.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Orlando, like my hope to go to uni and be successful is dropping out. Because like for me, my degree was like 50,000, I think, Australian dollars, but it was on HEX. So like we pay it off once we're making.
Yeah.
But for your uni, like how much did that actually cost, like for the first few semesters?
Yeah, it was like 10K. That's euros, right? Per semester. I was there 2 years. So yeah, it was that plus the cost of living. Like in Barcelona, I was in a student residence. It wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
So like for sure, my parents spent like, let's say 40 to 50K for me to do that. And essentially like get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
And they were also not seeing any success from my like, business stuff I was doing.
Yeah. So you were 2 years into the degree when you started.
Exactly. Yeah. And this was like a really, really stressful for us because my mom was coming out of a place like, oh, you don't respect me. You don't care about what I want and like what I invested into you. From my perspective, I was always more like, what was the reason for going to uni? Is to like eventually find something you can do and like earn a living out of it so you can live a good life, right? So in my mind, I was just like, okay, if I can find a path to do that out of uni, I achieved the same result. That's kind of what I was telling her there. Yeah. But yeah, in her mind, it was more like just finish what you started.
And it's harder when you don't have the proof.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't at all. Yeah. And I was broke. Even I told you Barcelona, like I was boiling water, drinking tea because I couldn't buy water. And I didn't want to ask my parents for money because that was the toughest part, was like asking for money when I wasn't doing what they were asking for me to do, and I wasn't getting any results in the business side of things as well. So was stressful. Yeah,
that's
stressful.
wild.
That's really the biggest thing that has changed now. Yeah.
Yeah. What about like your self-confidence? Because for me, I struggled a lot with self-confidence, and then when I started to do well, I like proved to myself, hey, like if I put in effort, if I make I can make it work if I do the right things, if I try hard enough. Like has you as a person, like outside of just selling, have any areas like improved there?
Yeah, I think I was generally like I never struggled with confidence too much, or at least like portraying it, but it could have been a bit more of like a facade or like a bit fake, when within myself I didn't feel that confident, or like I felt like I wasn't really sticking to my words, the promises I made to myself, right? So yeah, I never had that trouble like portraying some confidence, but I wasn't actually that confident inside. Now it's changed, right? I try not to get too cocky, you know. but like especially if I'm staying here in Slovenia, like what I'm doing right now for my age, or like even not for my age, like even for people 2 times older than me, like I'm way ahead of most here. So
well, it's hard not to get cocky when you're a 22-year-old, you know, making the kind of money you're making.
Yeah, but I try to keep grounded. Yeah.
Well, that's where it's good to like surround yourself with other people that are way ahead of you, because I have the same thing where like I'll start to get cocky, and then I'll be with guys, you know, at a mastermind or whatever, they're doing 250,000 a month, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, there's levels to the game.
Exactly.
And they're the ones asking the most questions, the most humble, the chillest guys, and then here I am with this ego, and I'm like, I need to fuck that off.
Yeah. But that's why I ask myself if there is a point where like I would be satisfied. You know, for example, I look at people like Iman, for example, and one thing I notice, he's just this relentless like pursuit of like more power, more goals, more money. For me, I'm asking if that's like truly what I want, or if there is a point where I would be kind of happy with where I'm at in like success wise, and then just focus on other things. So I'm still trying to figure it out if like I do like want that constant pursuit of like just more money, more power, more everything, or if I have a level where I'd be happy with.
And like I mean, for you, from the outside looking in, it seems like you got a pretty good balance. I mean, you've got a great girlfriend that we met last night, you know, which is great. You got a good relationship there. You train Ironmans consistently, like you're in good shape. You're, you know, making good money. I mean, that's a pretty good balance, you know. And then I think now it's just continuing to keep getting better, keep like improving the skills so you're more leveraged with your time. And then I think like 2 things can be true. I think you can make more money and you can also live a good life. A lot of the times we tell ourselves stories like, oh, if I get too rich, then other areas will detract. But I actually think that's a limiting belief, because it's like, you can do both.
And I think for me, like we were discussing this on the coaching call with Jay today. We were just talking like about the stuff we believe, like our identity, right? So beliefs we have about ourselves. So one thing that it's happening to me now is like one constant that has really prevented me to like do anything faster was just like being on my phone way too much, like YouTube, Instagram, like getting distracted, you know, doing tasks. Even right now, like on calls, I'm focused on calls, but if I try to, let's say, do call reviews, there's not a call review, like I'm not just, you know, doing some like other task in the middle, or like checking the phone, something like that. So these distractions have like really kept me stagnant. And the weird thing now is, because that was like the thing I was believing in myself, that is really like the thing that is gonna hold me back, and if I don't fix that, I'm never gonna make the money. Now I made the money and I haven't fixed that. So it's kind of weird, because that's what I believe for the longest time. But I think now it's really going to be to the point, like if I don't fix that, I won't be able to break through any more levels.
I think a lot of us are like that, bro. Like we're scrolling constantly. Like we've literally trained our brains to have short attention cycles.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's normal.
Yeah.
And so, okay, cool. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, even the story about you in Bali, like not being able to buy the food, or like even like, why did you hold on, I forgot about this, why did you even go to Bali with like $500 in your account?
I was just like, Bali seems cool. I thought I'm gonna make it work, and then every time, you know, like my parents bailed me out if like something came down that bad. And even in Bali, like they, you know, still like had to send me money here and there. If like really couldn't make it work. But I just thought like I was gonna go there, I'm gonna like work hard, make it work, but I didn't work hard at all in Bali. It's Bali.
It's Bali's one of those places that I think is actually like too good in some ways. It's so easy to not work because there's so many other things you can do. And what do your friends think? Like, because this must be.
On that note, just before, I think I was just I have been too spoiled. And it was just one of those things that like I just I was like spoiled in a way, like I felt like I can go there with 500, and like if it's not gonna work, like I'm probably gonna get the help, right? So if I didn't have the parents at home who I knew like are gonna bail me out, I probably wouldn't have gone to Bali at that point, right?
Do you reckon you would have locked in a bit harder, a bit earlier?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's one thing I like told my parents, like you guys should be a bit harder.
You had the safety net, right?
Exactly.
And when you were starting out, because like you would have got out of school. You went to uni for a few years. Like, what did your friends think when you were starting to do all this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. For friends, like they're always supportive. Like even one of my friends specifically, like he's doing really well. Like now in philosophy, like he loves studying. He wants to get like doctorates, etc. But even for me, like he always said, yeah, I felt like for you that's the right path. You know, for example, they value uni a lot. Like all my friends are, one is doing philosophy, one is architecture, one is studying physics. So yeah, graphic design. So like they're all doing pretty hard like unis. But it was never like they felt like I should have gone to uni. Like it's really, we're all doing like completely different things, but they were all supportive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's just coming together. So like I'm getting I'm getting kind of the respect from them, like the admiration of like, yeah, like we're happy for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool, but it's not like what they want to do, right? It's not like they want to do the online money thing.
Yeah.
That's also totally fine. I get it. Like I'm not saying that they have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been supportive. Yeah.
And I guess in terms of like day to day now, looking forward, what are some things you feel like you need to improve on? I mean, you mentioned the phone thing, but like to get to the point where you're doing consistent, say like 20K months, or you're just like keeping that consistently going up. Like, what do you feel like needs to change now? Like, what are you looking forward to now?
I think the like the biggest difference that's gonna change is like having a dedicated 2-hour block every morning where it's like purely just working on sales outside of calls. So either like doing in-depth call reviews and then like checking, okay, what was the outcome of that call? Where did I mess up that led to that outcome of that call? If it was closable, right? So like a lot more call reviews, and then also working more with the one-on-one coach right now as well. To keep improving, but I think it's literally a 2-hour work block in the morning, like outside of just the calls I'm taking. That's like gonna be the biggest difference between me like progressing from here or just staying at this level.
And not everyone progresses as quick as you did. I mean, even inside closers call, right? There's guys that have been in since the same point and aren't making the money you're making, right? Like, what do you think are the differences between the guys that are doing 10, 15, 20K months versus the guys that aren't? Like, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah. I said this in the cult chat. I feel like there is guys who are better than me, like skill wise, and even their English is better. Like they're native English speakers, right? They don't have an accent. They don't like mumble their words sometimes or like just speak fast like I do. It's like things I need to fix. But it's just I got a good vehicle, and I think that's really the biggest thing. Like being on a good offer. Not all offers are built the same. It's just true. So. Yeah, like finding a good offer and then progressing there. Like it's cool to start setting for, like for example, committed is the one I don't like.
Yeah,
the one I don't like, and I see a lot of guys are going for because it's easy to get into. But I think that's limiting. I think you can get something better to start off with, and if you get something better, you're gonna get better results. You're gonna be more motivated, and you can progress much faster.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot about the offer as well compared to just the skill. Yeah, and because I don't feel like I improved as much as like some guys in the cult who are making nothing compared to what I'm making, just because I actually full sent it and I just applied for the offer I knew I can get.
And I think as well, it depends on the experience before, right? Because like I get guys that are like just brand new to sales, never taken a sales call. They're like, there's so many mindset things they got to get over. Yeah. I think one advantage you had that's good is because you struggled for 2 years with the agency.
Yeah.
And then you had 6 months on the
My first meeting was in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah. First meeting was in person, yeah.
That's crazy.
In Barcelona. Yeah.
So you met this...
From the first cold call I made, I went there, I met the guy in person.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I was 19, I was a kid. I don't know what the guy was thinking when he saw me, but yeah.
He must have met you and thought he got catfished.
Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, like I never had trouble with like showing up like that. Yeah. That was the first meeting I ever had, and I went in person, like tried to pull it off. So I guess I always had that like arrogant confidence that I could pull it off.
That's good though. Like
helps.
One of the biggest mistakes I see in guys is they just don't believe in themselves. They don't have the confidence that they can go in and close a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even if you have all the word tracks, even if you learn my exact script, like if you don't have the self-belief that you can actually go in and close a deal,
exactly,
you're gonna self-sabotage.
Yeah, I think if some guys in the call like saw like me handling objections, like I'm so bad at handling objections. Like I don't think there is like. Maybe there is 2 calls I closed just from like me actually handling I think about it objection.
Yeah.
Most calls I close are like literally objectionless just because I make a really good case in the call. And again, it's just really like about being in the right vehicle, and then like I think it's working on discovery is that much more important than like trying to memorize word tracks.
I agree.
After that, and then presenting a picture to the prospect, like there is no reason why you shouldn't move forward with this.
Yeah.
So working on that, like compared to just memorizing word tracks, it's a lot better.
And so, like, if you zoom out, if you look at your whole journey in the space, I mean, it's basically been 3 years now, right? If you include the agency stuff. If you were going back to your 19-year-old self when you're first starting, what would you advise your younger self at 19 to do to get here quicker?
Closing.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I would say, like, get a job, save up a couple of grand, find a mentor you resonate with, and just like pay them your whole bank account and start learning. Yeah, that's what I would do. Because if you remember on our call, like I literally showed you my account. I had like 2,000 euros in the account, and it was 5K to join. And I was like, look, I have this much. I need something to live. Can we do something with this? And you're like, okay, we can do it with 1.6. So literally, I paid you three quarters of my bank account at that time to get started.
Yeah.
So yeah, like get a job, save some money, and then just get started.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you would have started with sales instead of the businesses.
I think it's the quickest. The quickest way to like really make good money. Plus, also if you join a good company, it will actually show you how a good company functions, the structures, the follow-ups, the pre-call sequences, the CRM, everything. Like you're gonna get a really good idea of like how actually a good company is supposed to function. And then even if you wanna start your business after that, like you're actually gonna go and you're gonna have some actual experience. Because being a salesperson is like the closest thing to having a business without the actual responsibility of having a business. And if you're working pure commissions, then also it's just about you being good at what you do. But yeah, I would get into closing. Yeah, for sure.
And what are you seeing in the space, just in terms of the high ticket sales space? A lot of people are worried that, there's not going to be as many opportunities, or it's hard to find a role, or, AI is going to replace it. Like they have all these concerns. Like what would you say to those?
For AI, I think it's stupid. Because like people are not just gonna pay you 10K to an AI, right?
Yeah.
They need that connection with a person. So an AI is not. I don't think it's gonna replace that anytime soon. And as long as people are gonna charge like high ticket for services, there is gonna be a need for closers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. But again, if you find an opportunity where they actually give you like opportunities inside of there, like the cult. Like there is no reason why you can't find it, but you just need to apply to a lot, right? I applied to one. It was a bit of luck because I knew email marketing, so it was like a much higher likelihood for me getting the position. But if you apply to 50 roles, like you're gonna get one.
Then that's the thing. I have no doubt that if that role wasn't there, you still would have landed a solid role.
For sure.
Because you would have just done the volume.
Yeah,
you would have just done what it takes.
Yeah, I would have just applied and I would have sent the looms.
Yeah.
Like first loom I sent to my first role, like I literally made this up. But I filmed the loom and I held like my cat, and I told them that like when I go on calls with women founders, I always have my cat in the beginning to like break rapport. That's why I told them the loom. It's not true. That was not true, but I guess it made me stand out, right?
Yeah.
So just
Confidence too.
Yeah, just apply, and then I think you'll find it. Yeah.
I think if anything, it's the best time there ever has been to get started in it, because the whole education system is changing. I don't know what it's like in Slovenia, but at least from what I'm seeing, the university and college rates of enrollment are like going down every single year. People are realizing, hey, like I don't want to spend this money on a degree for 4 years for a job I might not like.
Yeah.
I want to learn skills in 6 or 12 months and make money sooner online. I want to travel. I want to do these things. And there's all these different ways you can do it. And as people want those skills, but they don't want to go to uni, the alternate path is the info space, coaching, courses, mentorships. And so more of them are starting up than ever. And as these companies start up and they get influence, more people are making content than ever.
Exactly.
They need closers.
And if you actually put in the time to learn, you're a good closer. Because like bad closers get churned out of companies all the time. So there's constantly positions getting opened up. So if you're genuinely good, you do need to put the work in at the beginning to like get, to get the first role, to start getting the reps in.
Yeah.
But after it just starts opening up. Like now with the position I'm in, and even like the part I have got with growing this company. So when I came in, we were doing about like, I think less than 200K. And then we did, now 3 months later, we did 350K in revenue. Last month we did 140K in new cash collected, and 102 came from just me, right? So like right now, if I go to, let's say, another B2B role, and I like show these stats and I show what I have done, like there is, now it's going to be that much easier. Plus I'm starting to build the network with you, with, George, with Dan, the guys in the calls. So yeah, like things just start opening up. And then you just start, like, even with the company I'm on, you just like start working with some people you never thought you could. So I closed mastermind.com, which is Dean Graziosis and Tony Robinson's business last month. So yeah, just starting to get like connections in crazy places.
Yeah, these are some big names that they work with, and then you're having conversations with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is cool, because like at 22, you can get all this exposure to these like super wealthy people, and you can just learn and soak in so much from them. And yeah, I think the competition is all flat at the bottom. Like the people who are saying it's hard to find a role, they're the same guys that are just cold DMing 50 Instagram business owners a day.
Exactly.
They're the same
I
guys.
graduated, she sells.
Yeah, I'm a certified closer.
Yeah.
It's all those guys that are saying you can't find a role. The guys that are actually doing it the right way strategically, whether it's through a community and applying through roles there, or if it's like networking and getting referred, the guys that are doing things differently to how 99% of people are doing it, like they're the guys that they're like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I'm Jan, I'm in Slovenia. It's 16.5K this month.
It's not that hard to find the role, but yeah, I just need to stand out. One thing I'm also seeing, and one thing I think a lot of guys from the culture do, I'm not sure if they're doing it on the call, but like we need to present yourselves better, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Like obviously not everyone has the background I have at home. That's fine, but like, at least use your iPhone as the camera, like you saw I'm using, to have a good continuity camera. Like just buy a light, buy the stand, and like actually present yourself like well. Like if you have your bed in the background on the closing call interview, like you're not gonna get chosen. So like there's just one thing, at least like dress up like you know what you're doing, and that's also gonna go a long way.
It's one of the biggest things. Like I was hanging
show
out
up in a hoodie,
like when I was with Joel Elster in Miami, we were sat next to each other, and he was showing me all of the reps because he's a recruiter, and he was showing me all of the reps who were applying, and he was showing me how he filters through. He'll literally go intro video, 1 second, next. Like it's like Tinder. Like he's just swiping through these intro videos, and it's like you have 2 seconds to let him keep watching for another 3 seconds, and then if those 3 seconds are good, then you may get 10 to 20 seconds, and then maybe he'll put you forward. But it's like people don't realize that like the background, how you look, all that, you have 2 seconds to leave a good impression. So it's like people focus so much on what they're saying, but not what they're not saying. The background, how they dress, how they present. So
exactly.
I think that's really good advice.
Yeah. That's, I think, one of the biggest, and like that helped me the most with landing the roles. Like I just really presented myself well on the initial interviews, and also on the calls as well. I always present well. Yeah.
What do you think are some of the biggest What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions about remote sales?
Well, yeah, like one thing that's just like a couple hours a day. So I guess say 2 hours a day, and you set your own schedule. That's one thing. And then, I mean, like overall, I would still say it's easy compared to like other things.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that's such of a misconception. Like it can be much easier than like other things, but it's easy to get like, okay. But then to get really, really, really good, it takes a lot more time. And I think like I had like the 10K in my mind that like, okay, when 10K, then you're a good sales guy. Like at 10K, you're actually like, you're doing the bare minimum. Like you're doing like what you've been hired to do.
Yeah.
But if you really want to make changes, like getting above 20 up to like 30K per month, that's when you like actually starts to get good. And I think like from 10 to 2030 is a big leap you need to make. It's a bigger leap there than like going from no sales experience to like 10K per month.
Yeah. I think 0 to 10 is the hardest.
Yeah.
I think once you pass 10, that's your new floor. Like
Yeah.
for you, right? Like now, if you make less than 10K a month, you're going to feel broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like that's your new standard.
But I think the switch in skill you need to make from like 0 to 10 is not as big as like from like say 10 to 10 to like 30 or more.
Yeah.
It's like if you know like basic sales and you know how to probe and you know you speak well, like you can get to 10K on a good offer. It's not that big of a problem. But yeah, like getting from there to like consistently like 20, 30, where you need to be like collecting, you know, piffs every day to get there. That's where you need to start becoming really good.
Yeah.
That's I'm still missing that, like having, you know, going on a call and feeling like I'm in full control of the outcome of this call. I'm still missing that piece. That's where I want to get to.
And so when you came in, aside from getting the offer, like when you're on your first few calls, what were some of the things you learned skill-wise or about sales in general that maybe for guys that aren't in Closers Cult, they can just take away and apply?
I think that the biggest one is just like not taking BS answers and like sticking on that point until like you get what you need from the prospect. Also, yeah, challenging and probing. I was not probing at all before. Yeah, now this is like really this, and also my one-on-one coach said this to me yesterday. You genuinely need to be in sales like having a question mark in your head. Like think of yourself like having the question mark in your head. Like you don't know what they're saying until they like spell it out for you like a first grader.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing was for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think until you can articulate exactly what they mean using only the words they used, that's when you've got a good answer or a good understanding.
Exactly.
And when you say like probe, not selling for shit answers, like could you give an example like what that looks like?
So for example, on my offer, right? Let's say so we have people get out of the promotions tab on Gmail and hit their emails to the primary inbox so they have, you know, better open rates. So let's say a person comes on the call and I ask them, okay, so like, do you like the current results that you've been getting with email? And they said, oh yeah, it's like everything is you know, is really good. Just wanted to see if it can be better, right? So if they feel like, oh, the results we're getting right now are already good and we can maybe like marginally improve them, that's not an answer that's going to get them to pay me 10 plus K for our solution, right? So I need to explore that a bit further, right? So, okay, have you done tests where the emails are currently landing? Is it in promotions? Okay, like, can I ask you, do you check your promotions tab? Probably like, yeah, you know, not really, right? So do you feel like, you know, how many of the prospects you're currently emailing are, you know, not seeing your emails? Yeah, probably a lot. And then you need to tie it back to, okay, if they're running ads, right? So, okay, on your funnel, how many people are booking the call right away? Yeah, 3%. Okay, what's happening with the other 97%? Well, yeah, like we do get their email, right? Okay, are your emails converting any of those people right now? Yeah, not a lot. Okay, then ask them, so do you know what the main difference between promotions and main inbox is? Is the thing that in the promotions, people don't get a notification when the email hits the inbox, right? So then, okay, so if people did get the notification when your emails are hitting the inbox with the relevant information, how many more people do you feel like you could be, you know, converting?
Yeah.
How longer would your ad spend go if you were converting those people? So, and then it's becoming a whole different.
And this is really interesting because a lot of people, they sell like B2C, they're selling coaching, things like that. You're selling B2B. So these are more sophisticated business owners.
Yeah.
You're not going to just like get a ton of emotion. You can still get some, but not a ton.
But
right?
maybe some like female founders like below 50K per month.
Yeah.
And they're struggling. Yeah. But a lot of times, it's not like I can ask, oh, how is this hurting you personally?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But all these questions are still building that gap, right?
Exactly.
Like even when you're doing that numbers gap of like how many emails, how many are missing out, what's that costing the business? Like that's pain for the business. And I think you do it in a good way where like you definitely have an authoritative figure when you're on the call, even though you're a 22-year-old that, you know, doesn't run companies or doesn't make as much as these guys that you're speaking to, but you still have that confidence and that like aura.
Yeah, because
really.
the biggest thing now is like it's especially if they're having spam issues. Spam is a much deeper issue, and it's usually caused by the way they have been doing things. So you need to have them to take accountability for the position their email is in, right?
Yeah.
So I had a call with the guy last week. I ended up closing, he was in big spam issues and he was telling me, yeah, I don't care with emails. I just send the emails to everyone. Like maybe some people report me as spam. I don't care. Like I'm an aggressive email marketer, right? And I had to literally break this down to like him admitting that the way he's been doing and this mentality he has about emails has gotten him to a place where he's getting 0 click rates. His webinars are not converting as they should be. And then I finished up with the question, okay, so like my question is, are you open to switching the way you've been doing things? Because like, do you realize the way you've been doing it right now is leading to this, poor results? And then he was like, okay, yeah, I guess I am open to doing it differently if it's gonna help. So yeah, you need to challenge people. But I wasn't really good at that before. I mean, I was a bit of a pussy on calls. I'm starting to like get out of it. I think with some like strong prospects, like let's say really established like older guys, I'm still like a bit in my shell.
Yeah.
And I really need to let go because if you don't challenge those people and call them out on their BS.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, as a 22-year-old Slovenian kid, right? Before you were making the money you're making now, how does someone like that maybe has insecurity, like, oh, I don't make as much money as this guy. How can I push back? How can I not sell like a pussy? Like, how did you have that confidence to challenge these guys?
So first of all, it's just like knowing that they are the reason that they are getting bad results. And then you sort of just need to detach yourself from the situation, because it's not really like what I am in my personal life has no effect on like what they need to do to get the results they need to get, right?
Yes.
So like, me challenging them doesn't have anything to do with like if I'm 22, if I'm making 5-10K, if I know that they're doing something wrong.
Because it's not about you, it's about them.
It's about them, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's it. It just makes it easier. But it still can be hard sometimes. Yeah, it still can be hard. But obviously, it gets easier. And then as I start to make more money in closing, it's gonna even get easier for me because I'm gonna grow some balls. Probably.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's cool, bro. It's I still think it's so cool, like being in Slovenia. I don't know. I find that really like it's like a novelty to me because like most guys are in Australia, they're in New Zealand, maybe they're in a country like Bali or Spain or something, but no, like you're in Slovenia. Like you've got the accent, which we spoke about, you know, when we met. Like a lot of people with accents, they use that as a limiting belief, or they struggle because of it, or they think they struggle because of the accent, when it's really other things. But yeah, to be 22 years old, making the money you're making, next month is probably going to be just under, if not more than 20K with the rebuilds.
More than 20, yeah.
Like it's the 2nd of October and you're already at 6.8K.
Yeah, 6.7, yeah.
Yeah, for the month, just from rebuilds, which is nuts. Yeah, I think it's super cool, bro, and you should be really proud of yourself because the confidence you had when you had no reason to have confidence, like that's not easy. A lot of guys struggle with that. So cool, bro. That's pretty much everything from me.
Awesome.
Unless you had anything, but
yeah, no, just join the cult, like grow some balls, join the cult, and you'll make it. Yeah, that's it.
And thanks again for having us in your home country, in your motherland. And yeah, bro, on to the next few months. Good having you. Cheers.